Welcome to Strange Tales Africa, where truth is stranger than fiction, real stories, real people, secrets that were never meant to be told. Some will shock you, some will disturb you, and some will stay with you. I'm your presenter, Benefitia Pani. Now let's get down to tonight's tale. Before I tell you this story, I need to keep my identity hidden for personal reasons. I am a man from Mpumalanga, South Africa. I grew up in a small township where people still respect traditions, ancestors, and the things that cannot always be explained. At the time this happened, I was young, reckless, and surrounded by friends who believed quick money was worth any risk. What I'm about to tell you is something that changed my life forever, and after everything I saw, I will never disrespect the dead again. This happened in Mpumalanga, South Africa. At the time, I was 21 years old, young, broke, reckless. The type of age where people think being fearless is the same thing as being smart. My friend Kabelo was worse than all of us. He feared nothing, or maybe he respected nothing. Kabelo always wanted quick money, gambling, small scams, fake promises. He was obsessed with becoming rich overnight, and one thing about people like that, they eventually start chasing dangerous things. One Friday night, we were drinking behind the tavern near the cemetery road. That's when Kabelo told us something strange. There is money buried with rich people. We laughed, thought he was joking, but he was serious. He claimed some families bury money, jewelry, even expensive items with the dead, especially old families with traditional beliefs. At first, we ignored him. Then he showed us a photo, fresh grave, expensive coffin, big funeral tent, people throwing money into the grave during burial. That's when things changed. Kabelo became obsessed. For days, he kept talking about that grave, how easy it would be, how nobody visits cemeteries late at night, how one night could change our lives. I refused immediately. The whole thing felt wrong, spiritually wrong, but Kabelo didn't care. 3 nights later, he went alone, around 2 a.m. Then he called me, breathing heavily, laughing. I got it. I asked what he meant. He said he opened the grave, said there was money inside the coffin, jewelry too. I became angry immediately. I told him to take everything back, but he laughed. You people are scared of dead bodies too much. That was the last time I heard him sound normal. The next morning, Kabelo changed. He looked tired, pale. At first, we thought maybe guilt was eating him alive. Then strange things started happening. He began hearing knocking sounds at night, inside his room, under his bed, on the walls. Then he stopped sleeping completely. Every time he closed his eyes, he claimed he saw a man standing by his bed, wearing funeral clothes, covered in soil. We thought stress was making him lose his mind until we saw the scratches, long scratches across his chest and back, like fingernails, deep ones. Kabelo started drinking heavily after that, trying to avoid sleeping, trying to stay awake. Because, according to him, the man only came when he slept. One night, he finally confessed something terrifying. When he opened the coffin, the body's eyes were open. We told him he was imagining things, but he saw the corpse looked at him directly, like it was watching him, smiling. And after that, things became worse. His room started smelling like rotten soil, even after cleaning, even after moving furniture. The smell remained. Then came the footsteps at night, slow footsteps around his back every single night. And the terrifying part, the footsteps stopped exactly outside his door every time. The one night, Kabelo disappeared, gone, phone off, no trace, nothing. His family searched everywhere, friends searched, police, nothing. 3 days later, they found him near the cemetery, barefoot, covered in mud, sitting beside the same grave he had opened. But something was wrong with him. He wasn't speaking properly, just repeating one sentence over and over again. He wants back his money, over and over and over again. Kabelo was never the same again after that. He had stopped talking normally, stopped going outside, stopped being himself. Some people said he was mentally disturbed. Others believed something followed him home that night. But the part that changed my life forever was what happened before he died. A week before his funeral, I visited him. He looked weak, terrified, like a man waiting for something. Then he grabbed my arm tightly and whispered something I'll never forget. The dead must be respected. That same night, Kabelo died in his sleep, a 22-year-old. At his funeral, nobody spoke about the grave anymore. Nobody mentioned the stolen money. Nobody mentioned the scratches. But as they lowered this coffin, I noticed something that still haunts me today. Fresh mud inside the coffin, as if someone or something had already been there before him. Since that day, I never joke about graves. I never disrespect the dead, because some lessons are paid for with fear, and some doors should never be opened. You've been listening to Strange Tales, where every story leaves something behind. If this one stayed with you, there's more waiting. I'm your presenter, Benefitia Pani. Until next time, sleep carefully.